Hello everyone, I am Erica and this is the Nerd Journals, where I create evidence of my meager existence. Today I am finally bringing you my February bullet journal with me. I do want to start out by reminding you guys that I speed this up 5 times. So if you're like how I used to be and you feel a little bad when you're watching people do journal spreads really quickly, just remember that this is sped up and I cut out time where I was thinking about what I was doing and all that nonsense. This whole video actually was filmed in about 54 minutes, I think. It was created when I was just hanging out with my husband and his mother. I try to keep my bullet journal basic bitch because 1, I don't have a lot going on, and 2, if I made my bullet journal complicated, I wouldn't use it. So each month gets a calendar page, and then I turn the page and take notes as I need to, and then when the next month comes along, I turn to a blank spread and make another calendar page. And that is pretty much my bullet journaling life. I would say the most fancy thing I do in my bullet journal would be writing down my monthly bills along the side of my calendar and then checking them off as I go along. So as we sit here and watch myself hastily draw my February 2024 calendar, I thought I would talk about a couple of my favorite things with you guys: TV shows and books. Firstly, I want to ask you guys if you're reading anything good right now. I had kind of a rough start to my new year as far as books go, but I am currently 60% through a book called Survive the Night by Riley Sager. It is pretty good so far. I would have to say it's a lot better than the last book I read by her, which was The House Across the Lake, that I think I read either in 2023 or 2022. It's kind of a quick read. I am 60% through it, and I really find it a page turner. I'm looking forward to how this one ends. I'm really interested in hearing what you guys are reading. Make sure you include the titles and the authors so I can easily look them up on Storygraph and figure out if I want to read them too. Also, if you have read Survive the Night, don't spoil me, but please let me know if you enjoyed it. And once I'm finished, I'd be happy to discuss it with you more. I also want to hear about what TV shows you're watching because I love TV shows. I just finished watching the first and possibly only season of Ted, which was on Peacock. I absolutely loved it. The mom on the show was amazing, and I laughed my ass off watching Ted. And I am filming my voiceover for this video on February 18th, and tonight starts the new season of Naked and Afraid, and I love Naked and Afraid. I'm going to assume that most of you aren't familiar with Naked and Afraid. It is a show, a reality show that airs weekly on Discovery Network, in which they take usually a man and a woman and put them in a harsh climate such as a forest or a jungle or a desert. I think there's been like an Arctic season or episode. The people are sent out with no clothing and very minimal tools such as a flint and a machete, and then they have to survive a predetermined amount of time without tapping out. Or, I guess, without being pulled out of the game when there's been, like, extreme weather and other scenarios like that. Now, I'm aware of what reality TV actually is. I know it's not real, but I still love it. My husband likes it because he likes to think about how prehistoric humans had to live, like building your own tools if you needed a tool. I like the show because I like learning skills that would help me survive the apocalypse. So we each have our different reasons for loving the show, and we both love the show so much, and we're really looking forward to that starting. We're also looking forward to the show Survivor that starts in a week or two. That show is way less about surviving than Naked and Afraid. It's more about surviving this social setting, but I also love watching that show, and I look forward to season 46. Did you guys watch the Super Bowl last week? I did not, because unfortunately for those football people, I do not give a fuck about sports in any shape or form. I also did not watch for the commercials because fuck that capitalist hellscape. I'm just not interested. A few days ago, I was actually being laughed at on Instagram for commenting on a popular meme post that I didn't know who those two people were in the photo. And it turns out it was Usher and Alicia Keys, and I just didn't know. I've been gabbing about nonsense, but right here I did want to draw your attention to the poor man's calligraphy that I'm doing right here. So I simply write the word, and then I go back and I thicken the downstrokes. Just like that, I have some modern calligraphy that, while not perfect, is good enough for my journals, and that's all I really need. So as I start wrapping it up here and erasing all the excess pencil lines, I will also wrap it up with my audio. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This has been so much fun. I love talking about books and TV with you, so please leave all your book and TV comments below. I want to know what you're into right now. If you do not subscribe to me, please subscribe to me. It would help my channel get seen. And I'm really trying to transition from retail into a content creator and artist. If you could support me by sharing my content and engaging with my content and checking out my Patreon, thenerdjournals.net, I would appreciate it. Bye.